Look at this. Yay! It's like perfect timing. I was about to start, but we'll wait. So this worked the first time that we did
This
it.
thing has to go into this.
Okay.
These are just adapters going into the HDMI.
Okay, so it worked the first time, so it must have gotten unplugged from our second meeting.
They're up there.
HDMI, thank you. That was such an easy fix. I'm so sorry for making you come over. The right adapter, like there wasn't enough things plugged in, so people must have. Sorry, but now we know for later on. What? Oh yeah, I will. I got this. All right, everyone, welcome to our October meeting for Q Soda. Sorry about the late start. We had some technical difficulties, but I think we're up and running. So welcome to our new exec members. We haven't officially welcomed them. So if you four want to stand up and just give a wave. Yay. So we have Jeff as our new OT1 delegate, Candace as our new secretary, Olivia as our historian, and Lauren as our new PHPSG rep. Our historian is taking pictures of the slides currently. So. Okay, so just a few housekeeping points that I would like to clarify and just kind of overemphasize. So our attendance link gets sent out through our emails after the meetings. Anyone who is on campus who swipes their card here up here with Sheila, you do not have to fill this out. Your attendance is recorded by swiping your card. Anyone that watches these meetings online, in order to show that you actually have attended the meeting, you do need to fill out that link. So if you haven't been doing that, we don't have record of you being at these meetings. So make sure you do that. So especially if you're wanting to get these reimbursements, that you make the attendance component of that. Any questions? Well, I guess you guys won't have questions. You don't have to do it. Okay, so then membership, we have 93 members this year, so that's awesome. That is a lot. And oh man, I forgot what I was going to say. It's okay. Oh yes. Okay. Sorry about that, distance students. Okay, don't get too dizzy up there. After this meeting, if you want to become a member, you can still pay your $10 dues. However, you will not qualify for Dean's reimbursement. So we've had to give all of that to PHPSG already. And so you can still be a member, and we'd love you to be a member, but just note that. So there are some surveys that we will also be sending out in our weekly email after the meeting today. So we have one survey that, and the ASD rep can kind of help me with this, but it's a member of the board for AOTA.
You're talking about the steering committee?
Like there's a board member that we can basically say boardroom to classroom is what it's called. And I have made a survey that has the 4 topics that we can have them talk to us on, and then we'll schedule a meeting with them. And so we're hoping to do that for one of our meetings this year. And so we have a survey that you can go online and vote for what you would prefer to be talked to about. And so we want to take your opinions into consideration as well. And then we are going to be having a student social, hopefully at the end of October. And so we need to get that set up here soon. And so if you can go online and also, I'm sorry, that screen is bad. If you can go online and also will be free to students, and so we also will have to look at our budget and such too. But we do want your opinion on that as well. Any questions with any of that? Can't find it now. So we have some exciting news. Wait.
You're building stress on the excitement.
I'm not sure why it says I can share the screen.
I can see your screen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your mom's on the line. Ah, okay, well,
If I can't see you, that's fine too. Oh, no.
what? Yeah, I don't know why it's not. We're OTs, we're adaptable, you guys. Sheila, our vice president, got engaged yesterday, so. So.
The historian also documented that.
It is the vice president updates, that's why I played that. You want to come up, vice president?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep.
There you guys, don't worry, have no fear.
I just wanted to remind you, first off, keep registering your Bella Dance hours and keeping track of those. I know people have had personal things come up and they've had to cancel, and that's fine. As long as you talk to Bella Dance and they know what's going on, you two were in agreement, just delete your name off or don't put those hours that week or whatever goes down. Then also the Halloween dance that's coming up. I think we have 1 or 2 spots. I think now only 1 as of this morning left. But come volunteer. They just want you to dance and socialize. So it's canteen is already super awkward, and now we're forcing them to put on costumes and dance. So come have fun. And then the last thing, Sarah knows more about this than I do, but there's a distance survey for all the other pathways that when you do volunteer, because I know you're not going to do the ones that we're doing here, you just fill out the survey and it'll record your hours and where you did it. So that way we can still keep track of what it is. And did you insert it?
We will.
Okay.
And
Okay. And we're inserting it into the email, so you can just pull it right out of there.
And for the distance presidents, I know you're listening to this, the link, you won't necessarily need to fill out the link for your people. We'll kind of communicate with, between you guys and our vice president so that you can do the groups not through that link. But if anyone else, OT3s or any other distance students are doing things outside of that, then that would be the link you use.
I should throw one more thing in there. Also, I'm trying really hard, working with some other places to get us a couple more volunteer opportunities. Hopefully some type of like a Thanksgiving dinner, maybe it. But just so you know, something else will become available. I will make it happen. I don't know, it doesn't like us today.
Got it. All right, ASD.
Okay, so I'll try and keep this quick for the CODA presentation after. But if you guys want to follow AOTA on social media, these are their ways to follow them. And then I don't know if you guys know, every year, obviously we talk about the AOTA conference, the national conference that's in Philly this year, but there's a conference that's put on every year by AOTA and NBCOT that's just for students. So this year it's November 18th through the 19th in Dearborn, Michigan. And then their top 5 reasons to go are listed there. But it's pretty cool because they have a lot of stuff for COT prep there, since they also help put it on. And then just networking there, they have a lot of panels on different professionals that you can ask and talk to about emerging practice areas and other things like that. So the prices are there. So if you guys are interested in going. And then the other thing is that the ASD steering committee is having their elections or call for nomination. So the deadline's October 13th, 2016 at 11:59 Eastern Central Standard Time. And so there's 8 positions on the board, and there's 4 open this year, and then there'll be the other 4 next year. So the terms are 2 years. OT2s, you guys can still apply if you want. The term starts July 1st. Creighton's usually always had someone on the board. So this past year after the elections, we just had 2 people from Creighton fall off the board. So I'd recommend running so we can still have someone on the board. The 4 open positions are there. I can explain them more if you guys have any questions, so definitely email me. And then in the applications, you need a position statement, 2 letters of recommendation, at least one must be from OT faculty member, and then a headshot and bio, a cover letter. You must be a member of both AOTA and your state affiliate.
And can this be for distance students as well?
Yeah, it can be for distance students. So this can be for distance students. And then also you need to have, I think it's 2 leadership positions, but it doesn't have to be a leadership position in like our SOTA at all. So it can be from any organization here at Creighton or anything you've done in the past.
Any questions? All right, thank you.
Nothing really here, but if you have any questions, just shoot me an email.
All right. For those that didn't hear, AOTA
Oh.
liaison said there is no updates there. Treasurer? The biggest update for Treasurer is that we are still waiting for apparel to come in. Hopefully this week is what the guy told Sam. So we are hopeful. And our password for the meeting is pumpkin spice. Just some final thoughts. Remember, like I had said about attendance, make sure you fill that out if you're listening online. Go sign up for the student conclave and be looking for that email. And OT2s, good luck on field work next week. Keep calm. You're almost an OT. Tell your patients that. Okay. And today we have a very special presentation. Today we are going to be hearing from Mrs. Angie Wiggin. So this is Brooke. For those of you who don't know, Brooke is a campus student here for the class of 2018. And so this is her mom. So she's going to kind of give us the CODA perspective. And so we're going to kind of do this in an interview form. Our exec team has already come up with some questions that we're going to ask. And then at the end, if we have some time to field some of your questions that you might have, we'll do that as well. So. Okay, now I gotta remember how I did this. Can you guys see that? I'm afraid it might not. Present to everyone. Okay, now the volume thing is going to be the issue. Where's our volume? Here? Okay, do you want to use maybe this, or should I hold this? I'll use this. Can you hear me, Mom?
I can hear you.
Can you guys hear? Okay.
This is my mom, Angie Wiggin. She is a CODA. I don't think you can see her, but you can hear her. So the first question that we have for you is briefly describe your role as a CODA.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody for allowing me to present my love of OT, basically through the eyes of a CODA. I've been a CODA for 28 years. Longer than most of you have been alive. I've been working over the last 28 years. I've worked with approximately 14 different OTs. Every one of those OTs has had a very different personality, different relationship with myself. But I would say 99% of the time, I have been very blessed with the OTs that I've been able to work with. So basically, my experiences that I'd like to share. Second question, Brooke.
And it's briefly describe your role.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, I have to have a piece of paper in front of me, otherwise I forget what I'm talking about. My role as a CODA right now, it has changed significantly over the years. I have had an amazing career. I'm not done yet. I'm not dying, but I've had an amazing career. Right now, I'm serving as a CODA in a SNF setting, which is a long-term care nursing home. I work for a company right now that is out of Iowa. Therapy Solutions. So if you come to the career fair, please check us out. But I am also the faculty rehab director here, along with being a full-time CODA. So what's been fun is when I started out as a CODA, I never thought I'd advance much more in a career. But now with being able to be the director, I get to see all kinds of things, and I get to manage all the young people under me, which is kind of fun. And basically just call me mother. My role right now is to carry out daily treatments. I do complete communicate daily with the OT that I have right now regarding basically any recommendations or any input that she can give, that I can give her for progress notes, updated appointment cares, discharges, etc. Once you get into the working world as an OT, your CODA is going to be your eyes. Into the little things that you may not have caught at the evaluation. So that is why it's very crucial to have a good relationship with the CODA. Some of the standardized tests that I do complete are the CPT, mental, slums, MOCA, functional reach, Barthel Lewis ADLs. I also do the standardized risk testing, pinch testing. What I like to do is have the OT complete some of these initially, then she converses with me as far as what she found, or if there's any modifications or adaptations that need to be made, and then I can carry it out the rest of the time. We also do a lot of home safety visits in this rural community. The doctors here very much so appreciate the input of OT, and OT will request the OT go into the home, assess the safety, complete any cognitive training or assessments needed to be into the home to make sure that these people are safe to return home. We also do, with a small community that I have, we also do a lot of community mobility, which is something that I foresee OT's role as changing with our baby boomers right now.
I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to move down to, can you hear me? Okay, I'm gonna move down to the question that says, how do you determine when to delegate responsibilities for a CODA in practice? It's number 5.
And sorry, for you OT ones, I realize you guys haven't had a CODA presentation yet. So CODA stands for Certified Occupational Therapy Assistant. So these are the people that will be helping us carry out sessions. So I meant to preface that, as I realize some of you might not know what a CODA is. So.
How about you explain real quick, since Sarah said that, about, I guess, your requirements as a CODA, like what separates you?
I graduated from a 2-year college with an associate's degree. We did field work rotations. We did 3 8-week rotations. We also are licensed. We have to take the boards, state boards, and I have to complete 15 CEUs every 2 years, about half of what the OT needs to complete. That has not really changed much over the years, but I do foresee maybe some of that changing a little bit as we are basically heading more towards the doctorate program with OTs. So then the question that Mike asked too, with efficiency and productivity expectations in our rehab and insurance world, I think working together, the OT and the CODA helps. The CODA can be the hands-on person. The OT is going to be caught into completing the evaluations, possibly having to travel, more of the daily paperwork, computer. So the OT role then is, of course, evaluation, supervisory visits, progress notes, the updated plan of cares, and the discharges. Therefore, a lot of the daily treatment is delegated to the CODA, which is easier than for them. They're not caught into the day-to-day so much. Is that what you asked, Brooke?
Yeah, that was a good answer. How about let's move up to number 4, 4, about what factors lead to positive supervisory experience and what are the barriers. So what, can we do as OTs to be good supervisors for you guys, and, what are some barriers that we should avoid?
Since I have been in the position with Bluestone, we've had a lot of traveling OTs. We've had a lot of new grad OTs. What I have found are the new grad OTs coming out really come to me for guidance. There's so many things that you are not going to learn in school that OT actually takes care of. We do a significant amount of wheelchair positioning in our facility here. I know that you will learn on that, but until you actually have to adapt a wheelchair for someone who is disabled, you don't understand how much work actually needs to go in it to make sure that they are positioned properly. Successful supervision for the OT and for the CODA. The main thing is the ability to respect our professional opinion, or respect the professional opinion of the CODA. Having a relationship and getting to know the OT prior, working together, maybe going out a little bit, maybe hanging out a little bit, know what the dislikes and likes are. Everybody's personality comes out in their job. So for us to work together well as a team, we have to be on the same page. Communication is key. CODA is key, a fantastic resource for you as long as they are confident and know what's going on. And there's many fantastic CODAs out there. few too that you're gonna question their abilities. But just remember, so every day, what I think of when I do things, I think of this is my OT's license. So would this jeopardize it? Would this cause a problem if I made this recommendation? Blah blah blah. So that's a big part of the day-to-day stuff.
How about the last,
Barriers?
oh, yeah, barriers.
I kind of put that too. You know, just not trusting the CODA, not seeing the value of the contribution of the CODA too. So just remember that they are going to be the one that's going to be able to guide you, because they're the ones that have probably had the experience within that facility.
All right. How about the last question? How does the role of the CODA change based on the setting?
Oh my. The role of the CODA is pretty much the same. We're still going to do our direct treatments. We're still going to assist with the standardized tests. The role changes per state that you're in also, because in Iowa, the OT needs to supervise a CODA every 16 visits for 30 calendar days.
I think it's 12th visit.
Oh, 12. Yes, sorry.
We studied.
The interesting thing is the role between the PT and the PTA is it's like every 4th visit for a PTA. But what I tell my OTs when they start here with me is typically you need a lot more than that just till you're comfortable with knowing what's going on. So that's something you can determine. When I started in the school setting, my role there was one-on-one with students, outside and inside the classroom, did a lot of sensory. I still continue in the nursing home doing a lot of sensory work too. It's amazing how that full circle really turns when you look at pediatrics and geriatrics. A lot of similarities. OT in the school system was spread out over a very, very large district, and it was very difficult to get the needed supervision that was needed with the OT. So there's a difference of how things have changed over the last 28 years too. The hospital setting, my role was a CODA for 4 OTs. Thank God they all had the same personality pretty much. We had a great team. Therefore, it was kind of awesome because this is where the doctors in this community really started to understand the benefits of OT. And this is where a lot of our referrals are continuing to come from, is just the general tract doctors and the surgeons and the orthos. Because they knew how strong our OT department was and what we all did and were capable of doing.
And just to, Mom, the question with that, you guys were pretty close, you said too. So I think that, you know, like back to that relationship as well.
Very good friends. And then in the SNF setting, we cover about 6 facilities in Northwest Iowa. Right now, I have 2 full-time OTs covering those facilities. I cover 1 100-bed unit. That's my full-time job, and then I assist at like the other 5 as needed. But the OT that we have helping me right now primarily takes care of 3 buildings. So it's a lot of paperwork, like I said, and it's a lot of working on me, you know, for progress notes and everything else. I basically communicate with my OT just about every day, either through text or phone. Initially, you know, when you get out into the working world, you might, if you do have a CODA working with you, you might want to keep track of the amount of time that you spend with the CODA, because sometimes they can be
Do you see any differences between supervision from a new entry, just got done with school OT grad versus a grad that's been out there for years supervising you? Do you see a difference?
Oh, yeah. And the new grads, they're typically wanting to learn so much, because like I said before, this OT is such a broad profession. And like I said before too, there's just no way that you can know everything coming out of school. So this is where I have spent a lot of time just going over simple little things that happen within a facility to kind of help her understand and be able to determine as far as how much supervision she's going to want to give me. And
I think that's the last question. Do you have your final thoughts that you were going to say?
I just wanted to touch real quick too on administrative going future as a new going into the future as a new OT. A lot of companies now are looking for those new grads to come out and take over and become rehab directors, take care of all the wonderful Medicare guidelines of things that we need to keep track of, because it's such a huge part of long-term care and I mean even hospital settings. Even though that you are in the business of helping others, every job you have is a business, as well as what requires revenue to keep your doors open at the end of the day to provide benefits, retirement plans, and insurance. Regardless of what setting you work in, productivity is going to be a big word. Don't let it scare you, but you just got to think about working smart. It's basically the name of the game at this time, but it also is what helps keep you in a job. Make sure to ask lots of questions. Even when you are interviewing for an OT position, don't be fearful of interviewing that person that is interviewing you. Ask for their core values, ask for their philosophy, make sure that that matches your core value and your philosophy, because then that will be a good fix and a good mix for you to work in. You all are receiving a fantastic education at Creighton. I have a big bill for it to prove. OT is a wonderful profession, and we truly are making a difference in people's lives and helping them to live life to the fullest. Good luck to all of you, and if you ever have questions, you can shoot you my way, and I can help answer if needed.
Does anyone have any questions? She doesn't bite, I promise. Well, if not, like my mom said, you can always contact me or Sarah and we can send it on to her.
All right, thank you for coming and talking. I'm glad technology worked for us.
Good, I'm glad too.
I think she just brings up some really good points. You'll have a couple of lectures on the role of the CODA and kind of what we do as a supervisor for that. They are under our license, like she said, and so it's important to, I think she brought up good points, that it's really important to gain a good relationship, and so that means respect has to go both ways, and so we have to respect their opinions as well. They're going, in some settings, they will be the ones that are seeing the patients day in and day out, and you might just be the ones evaluating, and so it really is important to consider what they have to say as well. And yeah, like you guys will have more of the this is what a CODA is, and this is the rules and regulations as their supervisor, but I think she brought some good real life information to us today. So if there's no questions, I have to be shy about it, but if there's no questions, we will be done. So thank you for coming. Our next meeting is the beginning of November. Oh, and we will be sending out this afternoon when we send out the email. We have created the QSOTA listserv, so if you do not receive that email, email us by tomorrow if you don't receive that this afternoon. So thank you. Have a good day. Have a good fall break. It's not showing anything but the presentation.
Oh,
Like it didn't even show her on Google Hangout.
Sorry, can I touch your computer? Is that okay with you?
I closed that.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, you're good.